How long should you wait before he commits, right? You're dating, how long should you wait and stick around to see if he commits before you're just like, peace, I'm out of here. Mended Light. I like this question, but I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, it's going to be different for different people. It's not exactly the question I'd be asking in this situation. The question I'd be asking in this situation is, what's keeping him from committing? And is he going to get over that in the amount of time that you are willing to wait? Because it's different for different people. Some people would like a committed relationship now. They would like to date somebody and figure out fairly quickly, is because I want to be with somebody and I want it to be committed, and I want it to be exclusive. So let's figure that out. And those people would be best off dating someone who is like-minded. Others are happy to keep it casual for a while or even a good long while, but the end goal is still a committed relationship. That's why I can't answer how long you should wait with any sort of, it should be 2 months, it should be 4 months. It's really up to you and what you're looking for. But this question was asked by somebody who's looking for a committed relationship. How long should you wait? Wait around to see if he commits. What does commitment look like? Marriage, engagement, or exclusivity, right? Not dating other people. If it's not dating other people, then you're early in your relationship, ostensibly. And the question to ask your partner is, are you looking to be in a committed relationship? Because if they say no, just categorically, I don't want a serious relationship, and you do want a serious relationship, maybe go ahead and be done. Because that's a pretty big values gap. I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. What I am saying is you want different things. And your hope is that he wants to keep it casual. You're going to keep it casual long enough that he's going to see that he wants you and he chooses you and he loves you. And that's the hope. But the fact is, you have no guarantee of that. In fact, he's explicitly told you, here is who I am and what I'm about. And I've heard this, and I 100% believe this to be true. When people show you who they are, believe them. If you're dealing with someone who doesn't want a committed relationship, and you do, and you really like them, and the chemistry is amazing, and you're hoping they come around, I'm not saying that won't happen, or that couldn't happen. I'm saying I wouldn't bet on it. Contrary to what you see in romantic movies, generally speaking, people who end up in committed relationships are people who want a committed relationship. Now, they may not want it right now, right? They may say, I'd like to be casual with you and see where it goes. But the question is it a life goal of yours to have a committed relationship? Let's start to split the hairs here. I've got somebody who says, I don't want a committed relationship right now. But it could go in two directions. Well, do you want one in the near-ish future? Like, is that what you ultimately want? And if they say yes, and that's your goal, great. Then you can stick around for a while and see if this blossoms. And if they say, hey, you're someone I'd like to commit to. But if they say categorically no, I'm like James Bond, I just want casual hookups, this is where pop culture really fails us. Pop culture has taught us that people who are ready to commit are boring. And that people who never ever want to commit, they just need to meet the right person and then they'll change and settle down. Why does pop culture teach us this? Because it's a great story. In stories, we like to see characters start here and end up here. We like to see the dramatic change. It's compelling. But in real life, change doesn't happen like that. At least not very often. In real life, change happens more like this. Right? And then we go back a little bit and then we might not end up all the way over here. We might just go from here to here. So how long do you wait around? If they categorically don't want a committed relationship and you do, and by categorically I mean medium to long term, they don't want that, in my opinion, there's no reason to stick around. You could date them for a long time hoping that they'll change. My experience is dating someone hoping that they'll change leads to disappointment and leads to resentment and anger. We don't date people so they can change us. We date people so they can accept us. True, we learn and grow in our relationships and become better for one another, better versions of ourselves, but we're still ourselves. If you're dating someone and your thought is, you would be perfect for me if I could just change this and this and this and this, you're probably dating the wrong person for you. How long do you wait if someone says, I'd like to see where this goes and I'd like to be casual? Just start casual and take it easy. I'd say give it 3 months to start and then reassess. Here's why. Research shows that people don't really show you who they are for at least 90 days. And that's if they're not actively trying to deceive you. I'm just talking about like decent people, we just put our best foot forward. When you're dating, the house is clean when your date comes over, you're showered, you're shaved, everything, and they don't really see you without makeup or without having trimmed your nose hairs. When something bad happens, you don't tend to lose your temper when you're at the beginning stages of dating. You're trying to show a better version of you, right? We take at least 90 days before we start to really let people in, as a general rule. So if they're saying, yeah, maybe we could be serious, but right now I just want to take it casual and take it easy, that's great. I think that's perfect. I think if you're both saying, I want to find somebody serious right now, you want to be with someone seriously? So do I. Let's do this. That's more about being in love with the idea of being in love. Like just rushing to commit. Far better to be casual and get to know somebody and transition into serious. So take 3 months. Take 3 months if they want it casual and you want it casual, or you want a committed relationship, but slow it down and be casual for 3 months. If you start dating exclusively before then, more power to you. But I certainly wouldn't commit to marriage or anything like that. There are exceptions to all of these principles, by the way. My sister met, dated, married a man all in 3 months. It's like 25 years later, they're together, they're very happy. For every one of those, I can give you a dozen that went really, really bad. Give it 3 months and then reassess. Okay, we've been together for a while now. I feel like I'm ready to take the next step. I would like to be exclusive, or I'd like to be boyfriend, girlfriend, or I'd like to be girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. And see what their response is. The one thing you don't want to do is be like Pam on The Office with Roy, who doesn't want to commit because he knows you'll always be around. Something Alicia has said to me before about just people in relationships is, and this is something Alicia says to me about people in relationships, lines up with The Perks of Being a Wallflower, the movie. We accept the love we think we deserve. And so if someone isn't treating you the way you want to be treated, or somebody isn't committing to you, why do you feel like you deserve this? You may feel like if you let go of this relationship, you're not going to find anybody better for you. That if you let go of this relationship, you're going to be alone for forever, so you're holding on to it like a life preserver. The truth is, I don't like the phrase, there are plenty of fish in the sea, because it's so cliche by now, but there are a lot of people out there. And you're bound to find somebody who wants what you want out of life and out of a relationship. And if the one you're currently in isn't giving any indicators that it's going to change or get better, it's okay for you to move on. You're not the bad guy. If you want to be in a healthy, committed relationship, find somebody who wants to be in a healthy, committed relationship. That's your step. Now, what other questions would you like me to answer in these Ask the Therapist segments? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to check out How Long Should I Date Before Getting Married? And what experience do you have with this, what we just talked about, with waiting around for someone to commit? What would you say is the right amount of time? Do you disagree with anything I said? Let me know why in the comments below. And what your experiences are. We like to learn from you, and we like our community to learn from one another. So, light benders, keep shining, because we need that light. I'll see you next time.